Ooh, boy.
Really?
That's
How's your
the
forehead
intro,
looking?
right? It's not shiny. Not shiny today. I,
I should push in on the camera here. I got a nice zit working on my nose.
that's a good thing, right? You know, let the people know it's real.
This at this point, it's a sign of youth.
It's the last bastion of youth.
That's it. Yeah. Glory days.
For real.
That's all I got.
I'm like, man, look. What age is it where you just start getting headaches for everything? Like no sleep, headache. Sun too bright, headache.
Ooh.
Like
Yeah.
smog outside, headache. Like I'm like, yo, what is this? I just never get these.
That's what I was gonna say. You got that. You got that smoke.
Oh man, it's serious, man. The fires is right is north of us, about 8-10 miles north of us, so we getting it. We getting it for real. I feel like I'm the only person that remembers this cartoon, but it's like the Spiral Zone out here. I don't know if people remember that cartoon. But
Spiral Zone?
yeah.
That was the name of the cartoon?
Yep. Yeah.
I feel like you had a whole different TV experience than anyone else in the world
How is that possible?
growing up.
How is that at all possible? Every
Like
year.
you're like everyone else is talking about TV and film and stuff when you're growing up and you're in school and you're like, I'm strictly UHF. You got we can talk about Sesame Street or Electric Company, but yeah, I'm not going to be with you on anything else.
Yeah, you know what? That might be a little true. Man, I was a big time, and I probably still am as an adult. I was a big time cartoon head, but I only liked the cartoons that I liked. Like, if it was obscure, it didn't matter. So if it was like Spiral Zone, I had to watch it every single time, no matter what, like any other kid. But there were
That's
other ones
not a thing.
that were popular that I just didn't particularly care for. Matter of fact, you know what, man? This is a funny one. Just real quick. We were playing 8-bit trivia last night on a Homegirl Chrissy Forms page, and the Looney Tunes theme song was one of the songs, right?
Okay.
Now, I immediately said Bugs Bunny, and I lost because, of course, it's Looney Tunes. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, yo,
That seems ticky-tack.
yeah, doesn't it? It's like, yo, that should have
Yeah.
been the answer. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You were robbed.
I was robbed. I was robbed twice, actually, because Tom Petty's song is not called You Got a Friend. It's called You Got a Friend in Me. So I was actually robbed
Tom
twice.
Petty?
Not Tom Petty. Is it Tom Petty? No, Randy Newman. I'm sorry. Why am I thinking
Yeah.
Tom Petty right now? Oh, because of conversation with Bishop. Randy Newman's song is You Got a Friend, not it's called You Got a Friend in Me, not You Got a Friend. So next time you're at a trivia night, remember it's You Got a Friend in Me. That's the whole song title.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'll do that.
Yes. Because I lost on it last night and I was upset.
It cost you the gold?
It did. It cost me a $10 Amazon gift card. You know, those are like gold right now. I'm saying. No, I lost because the other two people, shout out to I mean that I only know them by their screen names on Twitch, but Diva929 and DJ Meta. Yeah, they killed it. Them two women was like on every song, but I still wanted my 2 points for Bugs Bunny and I'm still talking about it the day after. So that's how you know. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you get headaches.
That is how you get headaches. That's the stress. Aside from that, Kev, man, how you been, bro? How was your week?
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Busy.
Busy.
Good.
Really?
Not as hot. Yeah. Ashy. Ashy Larry.
All of Southern California, all of California is ashy right now.
Yeah. The whole West Coast.
Right?
Ashy Larry.
Oregon getting
Oh my
hit.
God.
Yeah. Whole West Coast is ashy right now. But the leaf blower lady is still outside. If you wanted an update, she's still outside. Blowing ash around. All right. Sports question, Kev. Opening question is a sports question. Have you been watching the NBA playoffs at all? I know you're not a super, super, super sports guy. You know what I'm saying?
Not Not a ton. And today, we watched the U.S. Open.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So
now
yeah.
I haven't. I've committed a sin. I have not kept up with the U.S. Open. Where are we at with it?
Osaka won the women's final today.
Oh, okay.
Against what's her name? Azarenka?
Okay.
Is that her name? Yeah. It was dope though.
Congrats to Osaka, man. Osaka been out here doing it.
Oh, you got to watch. Yeah, go on YouTube and watch her the interview after the match.
Oh yeah.
Because she's been wearing a mask, I guess I haven't watched a lot of it, but I guess every match that she's played, her mask has the name of someone who's gotten killed by police.
Killing them. Good job.
On it. And so it's been like, 7 or 8 matches. Different name, different mask each time, and they asked her about it. But yeah, her answer was just perfect.
Nice.
An ace, if you will.
Yeah, she deserves a lot of credit, man. She has not taken her foot off the gas as far as this goes at all. And that part I've been keeping up with, and I was curious of how she was going to respond if she won. I was hoping she won because she has been so vocal. So congratulations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, were you going to say something about the finals though, or the playoffs?
I was not. I was gonna, well. I guess my only thing is this. Some of these teams have been kind of extending their...
You're not going to complain, are you?
No. Not at all. Some of these teams are playing... they're getting these leads where they're going to inevitably win. You know what I'm saying? Inevitably win the series. But they're playing these closeout games as if the other team has something else to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not really closing these teams out. And I'm screaming at the TV like, yo, these dudes are going to play hard till the very last second. Nobody has anywhere to go after this. There are no vacation plans or there's nothing to do, man. You got to actually beat these teams. Like, nobody's giving up because they got, you know what I'm saying? They got something else to do, man. Like, it's over. Like people are trying to stay in the bubble, man. You got to beat these teams. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say, are they playing like, well, if this ends... we don't get to stay here anymore.
I'm saying, look,
we literally have nothing else to do. We like hanging out.
There's nothing else to do. Like, no, you can't. There's like travel bans.
Who played to like a triple overtime the other night?
Toronto and Boston. I think it was a double overtime. Yeah. That was another. That was my example. They were. All right, we'll move on after this. But Boston was up, like 3-0, I think, and let Toronto come back and win 3 straight games. And that was one of them. And it's like, dude, there's like a travel ban on every U.S. citizen everywhere that you could go away from COVID. We can't do nothing, man. Like, beat this team. Like, stop. Y'all out here just loop-de-line and throwing the ball over the backboard. Like, win the game, man. What are we doing right now?
They could borrow Steve Bannon's yacht.
They could. They just got to wear multiple, you know what I'm saying, collared shirts. Yo, we got an interesting show coming up, man. So we're gonna go on and get to it, man. Yo, Kev, are you ready, man?
I don't think so.
All right, neither am I. Neither am I. I'm highly unprepared. Yo, y'all, let's go.
Rap Sucks Radio. Blah, 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 blah.
What up, y'all? You alive on Rap Sucks Radio with your homeboy Track. Let me start that over because you know what I'm saying? Right? Mm-hmm. What up, y'all? You alive on Rap Sucks Radio with your homeboy Track Life and your fam, Kev Sakota.
Yes, sir.
Man, thank y'all for tuning in. If you'd like to catch any of our past episodes, you can catch them on any of your favorite podcasting platforms. But really, rapsucksradio.com would be your place to go for any and all episodes that we have done. We're over 100 episodes at this point, man. So you got a lot of catching up to do if you're new to us, and we appreciate you listening. If you like to see this on TV, you want to see this on your television, man, BTSN Pass, Behind the Scenes Network. We got a billboard cracking right now. We got viewership cracking right now. There are definitely dope other shows. There's rappers and ballers on there. There are a bunch of fresh content on there. BTSN, Behind the Scenes Network. What you do is you download the channel or the app on your Roku, Fire Stick, or Fire TV. You go on and click on that, and we right there in the feature column. So featured area or whatever you call it. So that's it. Just that simple. Me and Kev in your living room, chilling.
It's easy.
Easy.
Couldn't be easier.
Could not be easier. I wish it was easier to get rid of these two people, at least to get them out of government.
Yeah.
Kev, man, who is out here doing too much?
Your boy, Tom Cotton.
Right? With a name like that, this is going to be interesting. The topic title I had for this was nice and simple. Shut up, Tom. All right. Now, the reason is going to start with Donald Trump, but it will end with Tom Cotton. So keep that in mind. The reason being is that Trump says he opposes using the 1916 Project to teach about slavery because, quote unquote, we grew up with a certain history. Now, this was reported by The Independent. The players involved are Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton and Donald Trump. That's not all that Donald Trump said. I want to be a little fair at this to this. If you decide to turn this off right after you hear this topic, just know that is not all that Donald Trump said. I don't want to say misleading, but it was incomplete as far as a title goes, a headline goes.
As he does.
Right. So what happened here? So following his threat, Donald Trump's threat to have the Department of Education defund public schools that include the 1916 Project in their classes, President Trump doubled down on his dislike of the educational resources that teaches the history of slavery in America. During a White House press conference on this past Monday, when asked about the use of the project as part of the curriculum in schools and whether he wanted the subject of slavery taught, Mr. Trump responded that he did want the subject taught. So that's the part I wanted to make sure. He did say that he wanted the subject taught, but he decreed that what he called revisionist history, right? So just to read Trump's full quote, he said, I want everybody to know everything they can about our history. I am not a believer in cancel culture. I don't know what that has to do with anything. The good or the bad. If you don't study the bad, it could happen again. Okay. So remedial.
You're doing good, Donnie. Keep it going.
Keep going, right? It's so remedial. It's like basic. So I do want the subject studied very carefully, and accurately, he said. Then he proceeded to go a little bit off the rails. He said, but we grew up with a certain history, and now they're trying to change our history. Revisionist history. That's why they want to take down our monuments, take down our statues, he added, referencing efforts to tear down or remove Confederate monuments following the rise of Black Lives Matter movement. The president's ability to cancel the funding for schools via the Department of Education is strictly limited, and previous efforts on the part of Republicans to keep children from studying the project have so far come up to nothing. Now, this is where Senator Tom Cotton comes into play. Tom Cotton actually introduced a bill, folks, called the Saving America History Act of 2020 to ban the teaching of the 1916 Project. It's not expected to pass. However, he is widely also condemned for referring to slavery as, you ready, Kev?
Yeah.
Drum roll. A necessary evil upon which the Union was built.
That's it. I'm leaving.
Show's over, folks. Okay, anyway. He also called him and Trump have both called the 1916 Project left-wing propaganda. Kev, before I pass this to you, I'd also say that there are some people that are refuting the accuracy of the 1916 Project. And what you'll find when you see people arguing that it shouldn't be taught in schools is that the accuracy is being refuted. Let me tell you really quickly what people are questioning. The only thing people are questioning is whether slavery played a part in the Revolutionary War, as was mentioned in the 1916 Project. Everything else has fallen under scrutiny but failed. This is the only part that people are questioning, is whether slavery had a part in the Revolutionary War. That's it. The rest of it has been deemed, accurate by historical opinion. It is also a journalistic document. Okay, just wanted to get that out of the way. Kev, take it away.
Well, I hope they were talking about the 1916 Project, because I think we're talking about the 1619 Project, right?
Dang, that is a super L. Oh my God. Oh my God. I said it like 15 times. Oh my God.
Close.
Wow.
But yeah, I didn't realize that they had pinpointed one thing that so their contention is that, and I didn't read this part of it if it was in this article, but their contention is that the whether or not slavery what played a role in the revolution, or what
Yes.
what's the contention there?
The contention
And why does that
is
then negate everything else that
I mean, well, you know why? Because it's like, if I can find a single thing that I don't like, then it's absolutely entirely wrong. So there's that.
right.
No, the value of the role, or how heavy of a role it played. I think the 1619 Project weighed it as a heavy player in the Revolutionary War, and historians argue that it played a very, very minor part. So that's it.
Yeah, the big question that I assume most reasonable people are thinking is, who cares?
Right.
You know, I mean, if you actually go back and check it out, I listened to the podcast. I didn't read. I don't know if it was released as a written project as well. I assume it probably was. Mm-hmm. Right. Nicole Hannah-Jones is the journalist who put it all together, researched it, and presented it, and it's necessary, mm-hmm. you know, very necessary. And so if you haven't checked it out, I suggest you check it out. It's also was designed to coincide with the 400, essentially what is understood to be the 400-year anniversary of the first slave ships that landed on our shores, I believe.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's why it's 1619.
1619.
Math,
yes.
math guy.
I cannot believe it. And I'm over here like, dispute the accuracy, right? And I'm like, 1916. God, what? That was so trash.
But yeah, so this is the thing about Tom Cotton. One, which I always keep in mind. And listen, he's a very articulate guy, and he's very clean cut. He's a military vet, highly decorated. I think Iraq and Afghanistan vet.
Okay. So,
he's definitely gone through things that the president has not gone through. Does that give him a right to lie? No.
No.
But when he speaks, people listen. Mm-hmm. I think across the board, and sometimes it makes it that much more dangerous, because he's the same guy who just wrote the op-ed in the New York Times, which, for better or for worse, the New York Times made the decision to run without seeming to do a whole lot of thinking about it. And he was calling for the military to be sent into various cities where protests were happening.
Wow.
Protests against George Floyd's murder, which is, was ridiculous then, remains ridiculous. And he's very ridiculous for having called for it. So he does these things that make it clear that he's a very political guy. He's a politician.
Sure.
That's what you do.
Sure.
Whatever. But he also has called the Southern Poverty Law Center a political hate group. It's the same Tom Cotton who voted against the Violence Against Women Act. Same Tom Cotton who is obviously a Second Amendment defender, if nothing else, to put it gently. But he, after the mass shooting in Vegas, he basically said that any new gun legislation would not have prevented the tragedy. And he's actually worked to expand concealed carry laws from state to state, across the country. So, that's not way out there, but I mean, he, like, in the wake of however many people were killed in Las Vegas during that mass shooting, he had the nerve to say that, no, I don't think we can do anything about this, when he's a senator.
Yes.
So it's that same guy. So now he's talking about this, and the issue that I think he misses, and that I think a lot of folks miss, is that just because the history that you've heard doesn't cover the ground that this one piece of work covers, and I would assume she didn't, cover everything, just because she covered more ground in telling the more of that history, not all of it, but more of it, you want to say that somehow it's fiction, or that kids should not learn this. That's not revisionist history. That's doing your job.
Right.
Whether as a leader or as an educator, it may not be for young kids, but I mean, good Lord, you look at even now, look at some of the books that are written about even MLK or Rosa Parks, and they're just so vanilla. It's
right.
amazing,
right?
And these are books that were just written. So, when Donald Trump was paying other people to take his tests, there was even less of, of that type of education, or any type of education. So, yeah, this is ridiculous. He does need to shut up.
Shut up, Tom. Have we gotten past George Washington chopping down the cherry tree yet? I just want to know, because look, the way I see it is this: there are pinpoint accurate moments in history, dates, documents, etc. Right? Then there are depictions, personal depictions. Right. Which side are you telling the story from, and who's telling the story? This is what was happening in my area as a result of whatever. You know what I'm saying? The 1619 Project goes through, a bit of all of that. You know what I'm saying? As does every history book that I've ever been taught from. So I don't really understand the argument here. I also don't understand why this is like propaganda. What I think people have a problem with, and what I have a problem with, or what bothers me about their problem, is if you don't teach that we're the gods of everything, then you're ruining history. You know what I'm saying? How? You see what I'm saying? Like, how is that something that bothers you? We all know that the Confederacy lost. We all know that they lost. Taking down a monument of losing generals makes all the sense in the world before you even add in what those generals represent to the black folks in this country, to the African Americans in this country, or however you want to, identify us. So I don't understand what the issue is, other than not wanting to see your own vision, your own physical greatness be taken away. I can't see any other reason. You know what I'm saying? It's really all about your own personal image. I'll give a goofy example. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to take down every Magic Johnson, every great depiction of Magic Johnson and replace it with Luka Doncic, like, I'm gonna be like, wait, hold on. First of all, it doesn't make any sense. Second of all, wait, Magic is brother. Like, we want to make sure that we have some representation in this here basketball thing. I feel like it's the same way with them, but something absolutely much more serious. And there is also no reason to take Magic Johnson's statue down from in front of Staples Center. So I don't know. I'm kind of done with the whole argument, because it just seems so weird that they don't understand why these monuments should be taken down, and also why this history shouldn't be taught. I just don't, taught to this type of detail. I don't understand it.
Yeah, and it's not, like I said, he called the Southern Poverty Law Center a political hate group. I'm not exactly sure what the context of it wasn't. I don't think in connection with this, but that's the sort of mentality that efforts like these to educate, not just educate the African American community about something. This is something that all Americans need to understand,
whole
right?
Nation.
Just like all Americans need to understand exactly what the Confederacy was about. And, there's layers to everything. Every president, you can go back and you can study, and there's probably something about it you're like, oh, that was not the best thing to do, or the nicest thing to do, or the, most honorable thing to do. But the information should be offered.
Right.
And especially with something that's as fundamental, not for better, for worse, in this country as slavery, for that not to be explored with the depth and respect that it deserves is ridiculous.
Right.
It's just like talking about World War II and not talking about Japanese internment, right?
Right. Yep.
And And we like to do it's like talking about Columbus and having a Columbus statue up when you and then being shocked somehow when Native American folks are not happy about it.
Right.
Not really down to celebrate the guy. You know what I mean? So what I really don't like though is like, I get it. You have been in charge for a long time. And you're starting to we've talked about it before, you're starting to get scared.
Yeah.
Right? That whatever you have built you have not only built your own vision in your mind of what you are, how important you are, the importance of your ancestors to this country's origins, but you believe it. And you've believed it so much that you want to spread that gospel to all the rest of us.
Right. Yep.
Without presenting the whole story. And that's not what education is. That's not what history is. But the interesting thing is these guys say exactly what's on their mind, even when it makes them look stupid. Like Bill Barr said, well, the history is written by the winners, right?
Right.
And guess what? You're right. But you might not be the winner forever. You know what I mean? And you really need to reckon with that, because the thing that really bothers me is the same thing that, we've heard our whole lives, talking about how people, usually people in certain groups, need to figure out how to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. When if you study the history of our country, you'll realize that none of us might have been here still.
Right.
If those original settlers had to pull themselves up by their bootstraps instead of massacring people, killing people, stealing land, forcing people to work for them to build their fortunes and their enterprise for free,
Mm-hmm.
And then continue to build off of the backs of those same people in a number of different ways that may seem less insidious, but still continue to this day. And so this is just the beginning of that education, and people want to ignore it because they then realize that, oh yeah, you know what? We cheated for the first 3/4 of the game.
Right. And if even if you were at the end of the bench and didn't play in the game, you didn't get any time, you were still on the team that cheated. I think that should be noted, right? Like,
yeah, you know that even though you didn't get even a minute of playing time, you're going to get that ring.
Yep. Yep.
As long as you can keep it going.
As long as you can keep it going. And I think that's the disgusting part about calling it a necessary evil. Like, well, for you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
For you,
Exactly.
yeah, it was necessary. For everyone else, it's trash. It was unnecessary. It was disgusting, right? So
yeah, and if it was a necessary evil, then it's necessary to talk about it.
correct. And call it evil.
I agree that it was evil.
Yes. Entirely evil and disgusting. Trash, ridiculous, blight, all of the things that you can put on it is exactly what that was in US history. And I don't understand. We could go on and on and on and on, but I just don't understand the need to try to defend those actions. There's just no need to defend it. A necessary evil, or, keep the statues up because they're part of our history. Man, look, just recognize that it's a horrible, disgusting part of this history. You can't change it. It's the deed is already done, and you're to this day, the post-slavery laws are still benefiting you and your kind. Like, just come on, just stop, man. Just shut up, Tom. Altogether, just shut up. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Yep. Cut it out.
Yeah, cut it all out. Just hella foolish.
Hella foolish.
Segue swag.
Smooth.
Topic title for the next topic is actually hella foolish. Titled by Kev. A white TikTok star has been dragged on the internet for claiming Ashanti's classic song, Foolish, was her own new song. This is sourced by The Griot. Players involved in this are Danielle Cohn and, of course, Ashanti, who hasn't responded to this, to my understanding, at all. So, yeah, this is what happened. TikTok influencer Danielle Cohn spent the holiday getting dragged, holiday being Labor Day, getting dragged on social media after she posted a cover of Ashanti's classic Foolish, but claimed it was her own music. The quote from her is, "Make a TikTok to my new song." She wrote as the caption of her preview while blatantly calling the track Foolish in the description of the video. So not only she took the title, everything else. Ashanti started trending on Twitter because of this. The response from Danielle is, do you people not even understand what a cover is? She later followed by stating, the internet is just full of bullying now, trending on Twitter because I did a cover song. So sad. It's her thing.
So sad.
That's sad. It's really funny when people do things and be like, and then state the reason why they're being, attacked for it. It is absolutely not the reason why they're being attacked for it. Like, that's not why people are talking to you. If you just did a cover, it will be over. Hey, y'all, I did a cover of Ashanti's song Foolish. Make a TikTok video to it. Boom. Done. But you're even selling merchandise.
That's the thing, right?
Like, let's not pretend that all you did was a cover. It's ridiculous. Anyway, this isn't her first time doing this, Kev. She did this before.
And she hasn't got, if you're going to steal, do better. Get better. Step your game up. Go study your history. Your forefathers have stole things in much more sensible and permanent fashion. It was a necessary evil. I get it.
Oh, man.
But, do better. She's like have we talked about, I feel like this is a conversation you and I have had, and I just forget having it because it's so ridiculous, but the redhead kingpin guy. Remember the guy who was doing shows? He would book shows and say that he was redhead kingpin?
Yes.
Yeah, she's that guy of the TikTok era.
10 million followers from it, too, by the way.
Ooh.
She's even been approached with deals from Samsung and Six Flags and Live Nation. 1.8 million followers on Instagram. Like, it's a lot of fame from stealing. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. It's like it would be funny if Ashanti's just sitting there like, just keep it quiet. She's sitting there like the Spice Adams rubbing his hands together meme.
Yeah.
Like, let Samsung come on board. Then I can really get this money.
Then I'm going for it. As soon as Samsung agrees, it's like, oh, deal with Samsung for Danielle Cohn. Ashanti follows up. Like the next line, Ashanti gets paid. Oh, man. I don't get it, man. I absolutely do not get it. It's yet another thing I don't get. This show is like Trek doesn't get it. Also, Trek says things backwards because it's still the 1619 project and not the 1916. But anyway.
You're not a toxic person.
I'm not a toxic person. You're right. Foolish hella. The other thing about this, though, is continuing on with the just kind of saying things like that aren't really the reason. The playing coy thing, though, it really you can do because nobody gets punched in the face for this type of stuff anymore. Like if this was like 98, you know what I mean? If this was Bad Boy era, Death Row era, Danielle Cohn can't go outside. You know what I mean? Like it's a problem. Like you're not going.
Cash me outside.
It's going down. Mary J randomly just catching you with the Budweiser Fest. It's not a game. You know what I mean? Like now it's a game. Like you're on TikTok, you're in your house, it's going, moving around. You're getting jiggy with it or whatever the kids do. But you take this back about 15 years, somebody getting stomped out. Your manager, somebody's,
Yeah. Tipping over your merch table.
Yeah, getting your merch table flipped over.
Pouring Hennessy all over your merch. Lighting it on fire.
Look, I saw Freddie Fox body slam somebody and break a table with their actual torso. You guys are lucky, man. You guys are really lucky. It's a whole different world out there. Be safe. You know what I mean? Be safe and be mindful.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask. Speaking of being safe and being mindful, we conclude the show with our last topic.
Yeah.
Kev titled this, Big Halloween equals Big Mad. Big Mad. LA County has canceled Halloween, y'all. Says no trick-or-treating this year. This is reported by, sourced by ABC7. What's up?
I think they might have walked it back though.
Oh, did they?
I saw something the next day that said, "Yeah, but I don't know." Let's assume Halloween's canceled,
right?
Just for the
right
sake
now.
of our sanity.
We might be giving you old news, but as for the time that we're reporting this, Halloween was canceled.
What's the date today? September. We are recording at on September 12th. Let this be marked as the first time that we may be giving you incorrect information.
Fair enough. That is true. Well. The 1916 project. I can't. It's not the first time. It's a time though. It's one of the times. God, man, I hate it. I hate taking L's on this show because I got to live them out for a whole week.
A whole week.
God. County health officials have released. Oh wait, sourced by ABC7. Players involved in this. I said, I guess everyone from A Nightmare Before Christmas. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. I'm fine with that. County health officials have released guidelines for Halloween this year that include restrictions of some of the holiday's most basic traditions. LA Halloween restrictions include no door-to-door trick-or-treating, no trunk or treating either, no parties. I don't know how you're going to stop that. No carnivals or festivals of the like. And it was not immediately clear what penalties might be imposed for violations of the Halloween restrictions. However, what is allowed are online parties and car parades.
That's fun.
That's definitely fun for children.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that sucks more on Halloween for a kid than an online party.
Because everyone is certainly not going to trick or treat, and you want people in their cars driving around the neighborhoods. That doesn't sound like a recipe for disaster.
And I don't think we're doing that. This is pretty cut and dry. People are upset about it. I also feel like Orange County is going to respond with everything Halloween is possible. Like it's going to be like do everything more. Because, Orange County has just been completely counter these days. So it's like, you can also lick people on the face. And it's just, what I'm saying? Like,
it's the purge.
Yeah, like Orange County's going to be like, do everything right now. Go touch everybody. Oh, man. God, Orange County, why?
Once you pass the 605 freeway, it's the purge.
For real. Do you have COVID? Come cough on me.
Come get it.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh man.
I don't know.
This is so weird to me because this is the one holiday where everyone is supposed to be wearing a mask anyway.
True. Very true.
And that like when everything shut down and retail just started going down the toilet, those Spirit of Halloween people, they knew they had something special going on.
Yep.
That they were going to...
Yep.
They were going to be taking over Kmart's and JCPenney's across the country.
They were ready. They were ready, man.
They were ready.
They were lined up high five.
Heard this news. Oh, man. Man. That they take the biggest L.
Yeah, they do. They do. They just the most ridiculous L. What are the plans for the kiddo for Halloween? Does your daughter care a lot about Halloween, or is it?
I was going to ask you. Yeah, well, we didn't say anything to her yet. She's very comfortable with assuming that we can't do anything at all ever, which is shocking but refreshing. So I don't think she would be too shocked about this. But the weird thing is that last year was the first year that she really officially got to go door to door.
Okay.
Like in a real way. and she was like you could see the adrenaline. I was like, oh, I'm scared of this kid. Because she was, I was like, wow. It's like, let's just do a few more houses. I'm like, no.
Yeah, like, what are we doing? Nah. We probably already gone
But
to
she
too
was
many.
pumped. Yeah, exactly. Because when we were in New York, she was kind of too young to be going. Like, she'd go to sleep before nighttime.
Yeah.
And then and she'd get a little bit of candy at her school, at her preschool. And the last year we were there, we ended up walking down this one block where everyone was out on their stoop, giving out candy. So that was perfect because it was just one block, and then we went home. But yeah, last year she got to go bananas. So hopefully we're cool. Yeah.
Yeah. My little one, my youngest, she actually taps out after her bag is full of candy, which we give them a relatively small bag just to make sure we're not out all night. She's like, yeah, I don't want to go nowhere anyway. So yeah, let's go home. I'm like, what? Really?
It's
my oldest.
It's shocking, right? Because we were the same, right? We go out and stay out all night and jump on a bike and get as much as you possibly.
Yeah.
I have no idea how that.
Yeah. It's changed.
I don't know how I ate all that candy.
I'm pretty sure my parents did what I do, which is after a while I used to take it to work. Like, all right, we done.
Okay.
I just get rid of it or whatever. And the person most mad about it would be my wife. But yeah,
wow.
I'd be like, we gotta get this out of the house entirely, or else we're gonna have to brush their teeth like 9 times a day because it's going crazy in here. But yeah, I'm okay with this. We're thinking of different kind of creative ways, maybe like a Easter egg hunt type thing, but for Halloween candy.
Oh, okay.
Something like that, but I don't know. It's all up in the air right now.
Like hide the candy in the leaf blower and just spray the whole house.
She is definitely in this episode, so just so you know, she's gonna make the episode. She was right outside my window when we first started. So yeah. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for kicking it with us, man. This has been Rap Slugs Radio. I am your homeboy Trek Life, and that is your fam, Kev Sakota.
Yes, sir. Oh, I forgot one thing.
Okay.
Not to end this show on a somber note, but just a big thank you for your service to the entire Kardashian and Jenner clan. They've announced that, much to everyone's dismay, keeping up with the Kardashians will end in the year 2021. So,
okay,
just life is.
Kanye destroyed them.
I thought 2021 would be better, but
I think they met their match. I think Kanye, every other time they're able to actually kind of break down the man that they meet, but Kanye broke them down. They tired of Kanye. Like, we got to get off TV. You know what I'm saying? Kanye, like,
have you ever watched that show?
Yeah. My wife has watched it, so I watched it with her.
Oh, really?
Years ago, though. I haven't seen it recently. I didn't even really know it was still. I mean, I knew it was still on, but
yeah, neither did I.
Yeah, when I used to come home from work, it'd be on, and I'd watch it for a little bit and be like, "This is so stupid," and that'd be it.
Oh man.
Yeah, but anyhow, thank y'all for kicking it with. I don't know why Kev decided.
So sad.
Y'all stay safe out there, man. If y'all want to catch any of our past episodes, you can catch them on rapsucksradio.com or any of your favorite podcasting platforms. And if you'd like to see this on TV, go to BTSN Pass. That is Behind the Scenes Network. You can download the channel or the app on your Roku, Fire Stick, or Fire TV. Click on the app, and we're right there in the feature section. Me and Kev, Rap Slugs Radio. Thank y'all for kicking it with us. And on the count of 3, we say peace. 1, 2, 3. Peace. And we out, y'all. 1619 Project Trek, which showed
life Trek.
Hey, that's actually happened to me before. But anyway, I'll holler at y'all, man. Peace.
All right, peace.